In a small, quiet village nestled in the heart of the English countryside, there stood an ancient house known as Ravenscroft Manor. The manor was an imposing structure, its time-worn facade cloaked in ivy, its windows shrouded in heavy drapes that hadn't been drawn in decades. Ravenscroft Manor had long been the subject of eerie tales and whispers among the villagers, and many believed it to be haunted. The tale of Ravenscroft Manor's haunting dated back centuries. It was said to have been built in the 17th century by a wealthy merchant named Silas Ravenscroft, who had amassed his fortune through mysterious and dubious means. Silas was a recluse, seldom seen in the village, and rumors swirled that he had made a pact with dark forces to acquire his wealth. As the years passed, the manor gained a sinister reputation. Local children dared each other to approach it at night, but none ever ventured too close. The bravest adults would spin tales of strange lights flickering in the windows and eerie cries that echoed through the misty woods that surrounded the house. One fateful evening, Sarah, a young woman with a keen interest in the supernatural, decided to explore the mysteries of Ravenscroft Manor. She had heard the stories from her grandmother and was determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting. With a lantern in hand, Sarah made her way to the manor. The moon was obscured by heavy clouds, casting a foreboding shadow over the house. The wind howled through the trees, and the air was thick with an unshakable sense of dread. As she approached the front door, Sarah could hear faint whispers and ghostly murmurs. With trembling hands, she pushed open the creaking door and stepped into the foyer. The interior was as dilapidated as the exterior, covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Ancient portraits of the Ravenscroft family leered down from the walls. Sarah's lantern cast eerie shadows that danced and flickered, adding to the eerie ambience. She slowly ascended the grand staircase, each step echoing through the silence of the house. Her heart raced as she reached the top and entered a long corridor, at the end of which stood a door that was slightly ajar. She pushed it open, revealing a room filled with old furniture draped in white sheets. A peculiar feeling washed over her, as if she were not alone. The lantern's light dimmed, and a cold breath seemed to caress her neck. Sarah turned to face the room and gasped. Before her stood a translucent figure, an apparition in the form of a man. His eyes were filled with sorrow, and he extended a ghostly hand towards her. It was the spirit of Silas Ravenscroft himself, forever bound to the manor. The specter began to speak, his voice a mournful whisper. He revealed that he had indeed made a pact with dark forces to gain his wealth, but had paid a terrible price. He was cursed to roam the manor for all eternity, seeking redemption for his sins. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as she listened to his story. She realized that the ghostly figure was not malevolent, but trapped and tormented. She made a promise to help Silas find peace. As she left Ravenscroft Manor that night, the whispers and eerie cries had ceased, and the ancient house appeared less foreboding. Sarah returned to the village, determined to uncover the truth behind Silas Ravenscroft's curse and set his spirit free, ending the centuries-old haunting of Ravenscroft Manor.